Welcome to the WCS America Premier League. I'm axslav. I'm here with schamtoo, of course, filling in for axslav this week. How you doing, schamtoo?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm so sorry I was not present for that last game, but man, was I watching. What an amazing game that was. I was just on the edge. I was just yelling the entire time, actually. I don't know if you heard me back in the other side of the room, but I was just yelling the entire time.
It was one of the most exciting games I've ever seen. An amazing set. If you didn't catch it, of course, they'll be up on YouTube within a few hours. YouTube.com/official MLGSC2. Of course, right now we're in Group D. We just saw Suppy take out Hart 2-0. And that's going to put him in the winner's match. Of course, our next matchup is going to be Hellokitty versus Ryung.
A really exciting match. I want to see how this is going to play out. Looks like map number 1 is going to be Daybreak, which I think is going to be a pretty good for Hellokitty. But Ryung, I mean, such a scary player to go against, especially after the last couple of, well, at least a couple of days ago in GSL, took out it was a 3-1 against Prime, right?
Yeah, and in the GSTL.
Yeah, in GSTL,
yes,
that's what I meant. Yes.
Very, very skilled player, Ryung. He's actually, I was talking to Jenna Bain about a week ago, and she was saying he's the most athletic player in the Axiom House. I think he's a big fan of soccer as well as StarCraft. So a versatile athlete, both in esports and in real sports. An extremely skilled player, but he's going to be up against Hellokitty. Hellokitty's a player that a lot of people don't know as much about. But remember, Suppy said he could be a big surprise here. He's placed fairly decently in the WCS USA in the top 5 there. And similar to Suppy, he also is a full-time university student. He plays for UT Austin's CSL team. We actually got a chance to speak with him a little bit before this match, and he had a few things about his matchup versus Ryung he wanted to say. He says, I think Ryung is a force to be reckoned with, and my PVT is my worst matchup. But he thinks you should be able to pull it through, no problemo.
Well, that's encouraging right there, is having the ability to say no problem. I mean, just no problem, just Ryung. Don't worry about it, I got this.
That is confidence right there. That is absolute confidence, and that's why I love to see in a player. You got to cheer for the guys who cheer for themselves. The most important quality in a player is self-belief. Looks like the players are ready and the game is starting. First map is going to be Daybreak.
And once again, I think Daybreak, one of my favorite maps, and I'm going to be really excited to watch these two players go at it. Wow, I'm still in awe about the previous series, so hopefully we're going to have a really close series like this one as well. CSL, maybe they can prevail over the GSTL players here.
CSL, the new counter for GSL. Of course, talking about GSL, we have in the top right, a player who made top 4 in Code S, I think a couple seasons ago, Axiom's Ryung.
And spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner, our blue Protoss player, it is Hellokitty.
Remember, shortly ago what Suppy said is Hellokitty has some strong macro play. What makes it even stronger is the fact that he has a lot of different all-ins he can throw at his opponents. Very practiced at some crazy one-base play. And combine those two makes him very unpredictable. And there's the first pylon, not in the Protoss base.
And I hear very much that Hellokitty is a very all-in-ish kind of all over the place with the type of cheese and builds. Very aggressive, obviously. And I'm really glad to see that already we're getting to see exactly what I've heard about. We see the gateway going down already. Now, do you think this is going to be a double gateway or just a single gateway?
Just a single gateway. Well, I could be wrong. Double gateway, I don't think it's... I almost never see proxy builds against Terran. Very, very interesting. But he does have the special pylon, so it probably makes it stronger.
The special pylon. Yeah, it's a very, very regal-looking pylon at that. It's of the higher order of pylons.
It definitely is. Of course, following up with an assimilator. Typically, when you proxy gate Terran players, you don't want to use just Zealots, because not only can you just build a single Reaper and you can just kite Zealots forever, but they can also build a bunker, and then, of course, the Zealots have a hard time taking that on, or even a wall. But if you use some Zealots to slow them down, followed up with a Stalker, that Stalker can work around a bunker and find angles where it can still do damage. And, of course, oh, he trapped his probe. Can you cancel it, or would it slow it down too much? I think it's stay remaining with the stuck probe.
Nope, that probe is just going to stay there.
Oh, that sucks.
That probe has been imprisoned. He's devoted his life to this build right now. That's exactly what that probe's all about.
That probe, actually, it's a bigger deal now than any other build because it actually helps on attack. One Zealot and one probe is a lot scarier than a Zealot because the probe is faster than a Marine. So the Zell puts some damage on the Marine. The probe can run it down and finish it off. Of course, Ryung now knows what's going on. He's like, well, you only have like a few probes in your main. What's going on?
And you have gas, so it's not like you're going for any type of Nexus first build, which would have happened a minute ago.
Oh, there goes the bunker, but the Zell is coming up the ramp. Only a single Marine.
And it looks like he's going to go straight for the SCV. A very, very smart choice, trying to deny that bunker because he's not going to be able to take out the bunker before it goes down. Here comes that first Reaper. And now the Zell is going to be able to get chased off, but the Stalker has just come out. It's now running across the map. Can he save his Zealot friend?
He does.
He does indeed.
And you know, he could actually just run past the bunker most likely. There's not that much damage per second. Reaper could go down.
Oh, the Reaper just barely gets into the bunker. The Stalker actually taking a lot of damage from the bunker.
The rush is over now.
Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Taking a stock of things, we have only up by 2 probes, whereas normally like to be up by a little bit more than that, considering Tyrion already has the orbital complete. Oh, and a Reaper!
And he's gonna run the Reaper right back to Hellokitty's base.
Chrono boosting Warp Gate very aggressively. I'm trying to figure out how is he planning to follow this attack up.
Oh my, and a bunker already going down inside Hellokitty's base.
The Stalker should deal with that, but any probe he loses is a big deal. Widow Mine's being produced. A great idea. Knowing that there could be a potential mass gateway follow-up, Widow Mine's really strong against gateway units.
Especially because there's going to be no detection coming out here from Hellokitty anytime soon.
Oh, 2 probes go down.
And tried to take out the SCV, but was unsuccessful. Now it's just a Reaper in a bunker.
A Stalker can outrange Reaper in a bunker, though. Reaper in a bunker has 5.5 range. Stalker has 6. You have to place it just perfectly. It is not an easy thing to place a unit at the exact half range mark.
Starport coming up right behind this as well for Ryung. Ryung taking a pretty good position on this map, holding off that attack really well, taking a lot of advantage of the mispositioning of Hellokitty.
Oh, Ryung hasn't seen those additional 3 gateways quite yet. He might not be ready for the 4-gate follow-up. And that's a devastating follow-up. If Ryung only has, he has a couple Widow Mines, but only a single bunker.
And he's been spending a lot of time trying to get that reactor back up as well.
That does, you know, you can lose a couple Marines from there, bunker being taken down, Reaper fleeing. Still, no idea what follow-up is coming out of Hellokitty. Ryung's got to be careful, especially the potential for an Oracle, right? He doesn't know. It could be a proxy Stargate follow-up. Of course, you know, the Widow Mines and Marines are going to help against that. Trying to get a wall in the front of his base. Where's that proxy pylon? Is this going to be back here?
Already pulling SCVs, trying to repair that bunker. He knows something is coming up. He hasn't seen anything back at Hellokitty's main base, so he knows there's definitely going to be some sort of huge aggression coming out very, very shortly. Now, the medevac actually, yes, is going to be going across the map to Hellokitty's base.
If he can get a Widow Mine into the mineral line, that's going to be so annoying. There's no way Hellokitty is going to have detection anytime soon, but the big story is, can Hellokitty win the game right here? If he doesn't win with this attack...
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. Ryung wins. The question is, how many units does he wait for? He could wait for Ryung to think there's no all-in and move down, and then overwhelm him.
Oh,
if Ryung moves down too early.
But Hellokitty's got nothing but Stalkers and only a couple of Zealots. And behind this, Ryung is grabbing a Siege Tank. The Siege Tank is going to do a lot of damage, bonus damage against those armor units. And here comes the attack. The Stalkers are moving their way up. The Zealot's taking a lot of damage. The SCVs are repairing the bunker. And it looks like the Siege Tank does come out. Is it going to siege up, or is it just going to use its incredibly high DPS unsieged? And it looks like he's going to keep it unsieged for now. Now finally sieging it up. And this is pretty much where Hellokitty's attack is going to be very, very difficult to actually get any real damage done.
The Siege Tank, he can't bring in more. 2 bunkers, Siege Tank in siege mode, this many Marines.
That's it.
Hellokitty can no longer break the ramp. It's going to be expensive from the mine because he's going to continually lose probes every 40 seconds that the Widow Mine triggers. And his opponent has double mules, double orbitals. I don't know a way out for Hellokitty.
Well, he's going to keep fighting. I mean, he's already got the encouraging... he's encouraging himself before, saying he's got no problem against Ryung.
Oh, another 3 probes goes down. Widow Mine with the 5 kills so far. It's going to get another 2 volleys off, or at least 1 by the time an observer comes out. More and more tanks being produced. So patient is Ryung. Very careful.
Very, very methodical player. Very methodical.
Yeah. Great tank positioning. One thing very important Ryung does, he doesn't put the tanks on the edge over here. Militia Corps could spot them, Stalkers could run in and take them out, so Ryung very intelligently places them back more defensively.
Oh, the Stalker going to get taken out by the Widow Mine if it moves too closely. But, of course, you can see those Widow Mines. Actually, is Ryung using the shadow of the missile turret to hide the Widow Mine?
Oh, he might be.
Because looking at his vision, you actually really can't see that Widow Mine too well when the Stalker was in range.
Very, very clever placement by Ryung. Such a meticulous player, like you mentioned before.
If you don't know already, my viewers, Widow Mines leave a shadow on the ground, so you can actually see them somewhat. But by using it, using the shadow of the missile turret, Ryung's so smart, man. So incredibly smart. Observer now finally out. The Widow Mine in the main mineral line for Hellokitty is taken out.
Did get 13 kills before it's taken out, so this is a very tough spot for Hellokitty. 20 probes versus 35 SCVs and double mules. Ryung now with several barracks producing units. Concussive shells, combat shield on the way. Oh, no stim pack quite yet, waiting to get the other upgrades first. Using plenty of siege tanks as well. I mean, this is a totally impenetrable position. Ryung knows his opponent has no expansion.
Yeah.
He knows that there's no reason. He's going to send another Reaper to see what follow-up Hellokitty's doing. Hellokitty knows there's no way to macro out this one. He's too far behind. So instead of trying to macro out, he's going to go for a Blink Stalker follow-up. And, I mean, the only way this could possibly work is if Ryung moves out of his base at the worst possible time, and he's not paying attention, his army's on move command, then perhaps the Stalkers can take this force out. But
and if the wind is blowing just right,
yeah,
I think we're gonna have Hellokitty's gonna have a chance with this. But of course, you can't factor out the possibility. I mean, with Suppy taking out Hart, I think anything's possible today. Suppy, really good player, but the Observer now just kind of poking around, seeing what's going on inside Ryung's base.
Blink is almost finished. That's going to cue Hellokitty's attack. He has high ground vision. Sensor Tower will see him coming. And Siege Tanks are actually amazingly good against Stalkers. Stalkers are the weakest unit in the Protoss force against Siege Tanks. This is why ordinarily Terrans don't make too many Siege Tanks, but Ryung making many of them right now because he knows Hellokitty is on primarily Stalkers. SCV digs a Watchtower. He sees the Stalker force.
Oh, hey, Stalkers, what's going on? Oh, okay. And, Ryung is actually pushing out right now.
I mean, he does have a stronger army.
He does.
As long as he doesn't, put it on move command or something silly, he should be able to move out and take out Hellokitty.
He's going to have just pretty dominating map control, and there's, now he's just going to start laying waste to this. There's not much that Hellokitty can do. The Widow Mine goes in. Does a lot of splash damage.
The Siege Tanks the Stalkers, if they try to approach the Siege Tanks, they'll be absolutely massacred.
Especially because of how clumped they are. 2 more Stalkers going down. Hellokitty taking so many losses. And it looks like there's a little bit of blink play. The MMM army now engaging the Stalkers.
Out of range of Siege Tanks.
Out of range of Siege Tanks. Very, very smart there. But by just moving in an inch, loses yet another Stalker.
Such a dangerous game for Hellokitty. Ryung being very patient, knowing he's in commanding position of this game. Siege Tanks siege up. A big hit.
The Stalkers are being completely slaughtered. GG. Axiom Ryung takes game number 1.
That was a pretty clever opening by Hellokitty. If Ryung didn't SCV scout when he did, if he didn't build that bunker as fast as he did, Hellokitty maybe could have caught him off guard and done a lot of damage.
A lot of players sometimes will just feel very confident in their play and not even scout at all. And I think Hellokitty was possibly even trying to hope that was going to happen. Unfortunately, as soon as that SCV came in, he already knew that he'd need to throw down as many bunkers as possible. And with that beautiful SCV repair, Ryung was just completely unstoppable. Siege Tank coming in at that last minute as well.
The defense was too strong. I mean, really.
Too strong.
I personally don't feel proxy gates work well against non-command center first builds. At least against a player of Ryung's caliber. He's going to defend well once he knows what's going on. But it is Daybreak. Proxy command centers are pretty popular on Daybreak. In fact, of course, it's a different matchup, but that's exactly what Hart did against Suppy there in their first game. So if he did proxy command center, Hellokitty could have taken that game.
Quite true, quite true. Well, I guess, guys, we're going to get into game number 2 right after a quick commercial break. Stay tuned.